Introducing the Edge 3, the next generation of the Edge family of true dual sonar systems from Vexilar. The concept behind the Edge system is its ability to look at the same bottom area using two different types of sonar. The Edge is actually two sonar depth finders built into one unit. Each sonar has its own advantages for a given condition. You view both sonar displays on one screen, side by side. The goal is to give you the best understanding of what's beneath your boat. The beauty of the Edge is its ability to give you reliable and usable information without making the operation overwhelmingly complicated. Simple menus and ample front panel controls, coupled with a special favorite key feature and 4 programmable user modes, make the on-the-water operation of the Edge a simple affair. Let's go over some of the main features of the Edge 3. The most important of these is the dual sonar, dual transducer design. The system comes with 2 separate transducers. The 107 kHz transducer offers a broad coverage area with a 38-degree cone angle. The 400 kHz transducer has a 10-degree cone for very precise readings. The transducers can be mounted externally on the transom, mounted in-hull inside a fiberglass boat, or attached to an electric trolling motor. Simply choose the Edge transducer option that is best for your mounting application. The Edge 3 also comes standard with water temperature probe and battery voltage indicator. Install the Edge as instructed in the owner's manual. When connecting the transducers to the unit, be sure to note which jack is for which transducer. Match the right frequency cable to the correct jack, otherwise your Edge will not perform properly. To help you understand how the Edge works, let's first take a look at the display. There are 4 main ways the display can be configured. Split screen, where you have 2 transducer beams side by side. Composite, where you overlap the 2 beams. Split screen, where you see full view of one beam alongside a zoom view. And a full screen mode, where you utilize the entire display for only one of the 2 beams. Normally, you will want to run the unit in split screen mode. At the upper left of each screen, you will see a display indicating which frequency each screen is operating at. Next to that is the gain level indicator. Gain level is displayed as a number and a graphical bar graph next to your auto control indicators. If a G is showing here, the system is set to control the gain automatically. If an R shows, it is set to control the depth range automatically. Beside each screen is a depth scale corresponding to the current selected range. Along the left-hand side of the display, we have a color scale and the current mode indicator. We'll talk more about the important mode feature shortly. Along the bottom of the display, we have the current depth reading. Temperature is displayed here. Voltage here. And the current level of clean line for each beam. The extensive key panel allows quick control over the most used features. The on key controls the memory function. Press the on key, then the right arrow key to review some recent history. Press the on key again to resume normal operation. The off key powers down the unit. The Edge will save all your settings, so when you turn it back on, you'll be right back where you left off. Pressing the HS mode key instantly sets the Edge running as fast as it can. This is a great feature for when you're traveling across the water, giving you a much more accurate real-time reading of the bottom. The menu key allows you to cycle through each of the 4 feature menus. We'll go over these menus a little later. The mode key allows you to change between your 4 preset user modes. A mode is a set of key panel and menu settings which you have defined by simply making settings. These settings are retained until you change them or switch to a different mode. With modes, you can set the system up for 4 different on-the-water situations. Then it's simply a matter of turning on your unit and changing between your preset mode options by using the mode key. The user CLR key controls your favorite feature. With this key, you have instant access to any menu item you want. To set the item you want, simply navigate to the menu item, then press and hold this key until you hear a long beep. The AR key turns the automatic range control feature on and off. Remember to look for the R at the top of each screen to show auto is on. If auto is not on, you will manually need to adjust the range to keep the bottom in view. Remember to look for the G at the top of each screen to show auto is on. If auto is not on, you will manually need to adjust the gain to achieve the signal level you want. The gain plus and the gain minus keys control the gain level when the automatic gain control is off. There are two sets of gain controls, one for each beam. When only viewing one beam, either set can be used to make gain level changes. The range plus and range minus keys work the same way the gain keys do, but control the current depth range for each beam. The round blue key has several functions. When viewing the menus, this key controls the navigation of the selection cursor. When not viewing a menu, it controls which beam is active for clean line control. When you press the L or R key, notice the color of the gain level indicator at the top of the display will change. Red indicates that this is a selected beam. Pressing the up and down keys change the clean line level. Clean line cleans out the signal display for higher strength sonar signals. This feature is very useful for identifying fish holding close to the bottom. The clean line will need to be adjusted differently for different types of bottom. The Edge 3 has 4 menus. Pressing the menu key once will bring up the first menu, which controls the brightness of the display. To get to the next menu, press the menu key again. You can exit the menu by pressing the user CLR key. Returning to the first menu, use the L and R keys to set the brightness of the display. Set it brighter for day use and dimmer for night use. This menu setting affects all your modes. Press the menu key again and the second menu screen will appear. These settings will be retained only for the current mode. In this case, Mode 1. The top half of the screen controls the settings for the right beam only. The bottom half controls the settings for the left beam only. The first item for each beam is the frequency setting. You can choose which frequency is displayed on which side of the screen. Setting the left screen to NA makes the right beam go full screen. Usually, you'll want the right screen to be 400, since this is the narrow beam. You'll see a more accurate depth reading when you're using the narrow beam. The second item is sweep. This controls how fast the signal scrolls across the screen. Ideally, the sweep speed should match the speed of your boat. The third item controls the behavior of the automatic range control. You can set it to keep the best view of the bottom, the second echo, or even the third echo. This is a useful feature if bottom hardness is important to you. The fourth item controls the behavior of the automatic gain control. You can set it so the automatic control keeps the gain on the low side, the high side, or in the middle. Using this feature, you can fine-tune the automatic gain control for your situations. The fifth item controls the A mode. This mode gives you a near real-time readout along the right side of the display. Using this feature, you can see objects as soon as they appear, so you don't have to wait for them to scroll out into the normal display before you react. The last item is different for the right and left beams. The right beam features a fish alarm. You can set the fish alarm to sound a beep for only large fish or for small and large fish. The left beam features a hard bottom alarm. This is used along with the automatic range mode. When you set to second or third, the hard bottom alarm will sound when your unit detects a second or third echo. Pressing the menu key again will bring up the third menu. These settings will be retained only for the current mode as well. The first item controls the background color. Choose the color you like best or the color that offers the best visibility under the current conditions. The second item sets the color scheme. Again, you want to choose a color that you like the best or offers the best visibility. Along the right side of the menu window, you can see the color scale. Stronger sonar signals will be represented by the colors towards the top. Weaker signals will be represented by colors towards the bottom. The third item controls the zoom. The zoom feature can either automatically maintain a lock on the bottom signal, or you can choose to manually set the zoom window. For manual control, use the left range control keys to move the window up and down after you exit the menu. The fourth menu item is the zoom rate or scale. You can set it to magnify the view by 2, 4 times, or even 8 times. The fifth item controls the hard bottom level graphing feature. Setting this feature to the on position will add another graphical display along the bottom of the screen. This shows a visual representation of the hardness of the bottom. There will also be a numerical display on the upper left corner of the display. You can use this information to find transition points where fish are likely to be holding. The sixth item turns on composite mode. Now this lays the wide and narrow beams on top of each other, allowing you to more easily identify the differences. The color scale will change to make it simpler to see. With this scheme, signals from only the 107 kHz beam are displayed in shades of gray. Signals from only the 400 kHz beam are displayed in green. The signal common to both are shown as red. The temp alarm features alerts you to when the water temperature is within a specific range or outside a specific range. You set the range by adjusting the values of temp set 1 and temp set 2. Simulation allows you to try out all of the controls and features without having to be on the water. Now this can be very helpful when setting up each of your preset modes. Just be sure you remember to turn off the demo mode for each mode before you head to the water. To access the fourth menu, press and hold the menu key. You should not need to modify any of these settings for most any application. To learn more about what they do, please consult your owner's manual. Remember, the beauty of the Edge is its ability to give you reliable and useful information without making the operation overwhelmingly complicated. Take some time to set up your 4 modes before you go out to the lake. Once you have the thing set up the way you want, it's just a matter of powering up your Edge and switching between modes to see everything you want to see.